So the other day I made up a team of players all born in Auckland. So Super Rugby contracted players whose place of birth was Auckland. I put them into a team just to see how good they'd be, because there's been kind of a lot of talk about players from Auckland doing better when they leave Auckland. So I thought, let's have a look, see if that's true. And yeah, a fair few of them born in Auckland have gone on to success in other kind of provinces or Super Rugby franchises. So as an ant crawls across my board once again, I thought I'd have a look now, expand the focus a bit. So I'm going to pick a North Island team, obviously excluding anyone who was born in Auckland. So I plan to do this for a South Island team as well. Looking at the Aussies, I'm probably going to look at New South Wales versus rest of Australia. And South Africa, I'm still figuring out how to cut into kind of even provinces, I guess. I had a look at just the Gauteng or Gauteng, however that pronunciation is correct, team. But kind of like Auckland, how I was really struggling to get players in some positions, kind of similar was true with that. So I might have to expand it to be kind of a couple of provinces together. So anyway, North Island team. Let's just say this was significantly easier to pick than just the Auckland team. So on the loose head side, I'm going with Kane Hames. Probably not a first choice in a lot of guys' teams. Still an All Black, good player. Criticism of him at scrum time, giving away too many penalties, but still a lot of the props seem to be born in the South Island. So Hames is by no means a disgraceful choice, and I think you'd have to say it's an improvement on what was in my Auckland team. He's from Wellington, by the way. Dan Coles, so starting All Black hooker, no arguments here, no complaints, first choice. As soon as I looked him up, put him in the lineup. Born from Paraparaumu, so yep, North Island boy. Yeah, and just one of the best hookers in the world, so not much argument in terms of that. Next. He's injured for this season, but I've gone with Atumoli from the Chiefs. He's from Gisborne. Still pretty young prop, kind of up and coming, but he's kind of got the All Black penciled in anyway. He seems to be a guy who could go places in the black jersey if he remains fit and gets some Super Rugby under his belt. So partially picked on from what we've seen, but partially picked on potential. And like I said, a lot of the props were born in the South Island, so I didn't have to go as far as Australia to look for players for this team, but still, yeah, possibly not a kind of first choice guy that you'd pick. But still, front row of Hames, Coles and Moley, you don't look at that and go, they're going to get real bullied around. So, yeah. It gets a bit better when we get to the second row. So, I've gone with Sam Whitelock. He's another guy. Looked him up. Where's he from? He was from Palmerston North. So, boom. North Island player. One of the best locks in the world. Captain of the Crusaders. Need I say much more? He is a very good player. Couldn't pair him with Brodie Retallick because even though Whitelock plays for the Crusaders, he's actually from the North Island, and Retallick plays for the Chiefs, but he's actually from the South Island. So I couldn't pair them up, which is not that good. But I mean, having this guy, Dominic Bird, as no slouch. So him and kind of Luke Romano have been the next man off the rank for from the All Blacks after Retallick and Whitelock for a long time. So a lock and combo of Whitelock and Bird is still pretty solid. Next, on the blind side, I have gone with Liam Squire. Oh, Dominic Bird's from Waipukadao, by the way. So Liam Squire, another one from Palmerston North. Kind of at the younger end of some of these players I'm going to pick, but All Black, can play lock if needed, you know, good in the line out, solid tackler, pretty good ball runner. Yeah. This team wasn't that hard to pick. Number 8, I've gone with Adi Savia. So he's a real dynamic player, big ball runner, really quick for a loose forward. So another All Black. It's kind of why I picked this shirt to wear for this video, because there's a whole lot of All Blacks in this team. And on the open side, I've picked Sam Cane. So Sam Cane and Adi Savia get to play in the same team, on the field at the same time. Other team, beware. They will be trying to turn your ball over a lot. So yeah, that's a pretty nice forward pack. I mean, Hames, Coles, Moley, Whitelock, Bird, Squire, Savia and Cane. How many of these guys aren't All Blacks? I think Moley got a call up but didn't play any games. Next, in case you were worrying this team maybe wasn't good enough, Aaron Smith. It's one of the best halfbacks in the world. So, yeah, not a real weakness in the scrum half department. So, yep. And who do we have outside him? Beauden Barrett. I honestly thought my Auckland team was looking pretty good for the options I had. But when I put this team on paper, I was, yeah, kind of surprised. I mean, it seems like a natural divide because Auckland has about a quarter, I think, of New Zealand's population. And then they split the North Island, South Island. So North Island minus Auckland and South Island. Probably North Island's got still more people than the South, but a big rugby culture, especially down the South Island. So I thought it might have kind of been an even spread, but yeah, Auckland's got a lot of people, but apparently not enough of us are playing rugby. Inside centre, Nani Laumapi. Yeah, devastating ball runner for the Hurricanes. Plays well with Beauden Barrett. He's going to get you some line breaks. He's got that acceleration. Yeah, pretty top class choice. It was kind of between him and Ngatai, but I went with Laumapi. Outside centre, I've gone with Jack Goodhue, so he's from Whangarei. Laumapi, by the way, is from Palmerston North. Beauden Barrett's from New Plymouth. So yeah, Palmerston North, apparently a big breeding ground for rugby players in New Zealand, because there's quite a few of them in this team. So yeah, Jack Goodhue, very solid outside centre. Would pair well with Laumapi. That's probably a future All Blacks combination at some point. So I don't know if they've... Anyway, good team so far. Next on the left wing, I'm going with the bus. Julian Savia. He may be slightly out of favour with the All Black selectors, and some people are questioning his form even at the Hurricanes level, saying by the end of the season he's not even going to be in a Hurricanes jersey, he'll be on the bench. Still makes this team, and yeah, I don't think there'd be too many complaints about that. Next, fullback, Jordie Barrett. So a lot of the other fullbacks are from the South Island, but I mean, Jordie Barrett's been fast-tracked into the All Blacks. Some would argue too quickly that he hasn't paid his dues, but the All Blacks obviously see kind of some potential in him. Played pretty well for the Hurricanes last season. Yeah, pretty good choice. And on the right wing, he's got a double-barreled surname, so I'm just going with the one. Nihi Milner-Skudder. If he can stay injury-free, very good player. It's got a very Hurricanes-looking outside backs look to it with Savia, Barrett and Scudder. They should have a bit of chemistry. They should be able to play well. So yeah, honestly, my Auckland team, I will compare them. I'll see if I can put them both on the screen at the same time so you can have a look. But it's pretty much night and day as far as I'm concerned. This is pretty much just an All Black team. I was looking at doing guys from specific cities, but I don't know that any one city aside from Auckland has enough players to fill a whole team, like in every position, especially if they have to be kind of currently playing Super Rugby under a Super Rugby contract. But yeah, I didn't realize just North Island would be quite so devastating. It looks pretty good. What do you guys reckon? Pretty good team? Yeah, to take a convincing argument to tell me that it's not a very good team. Yeah, what do you think they would, in terms of scoreline, how much do you think they would beat the Auckland team by? Fair bit. I'll do the South Island team another day. I'm looking at them now because I've pretty much sorted them out, and fair to say they would probably give this team a run for their money, but they're both substantially better than the Auckland team. So, yep, let me know your thoughts. As always, there are guys who could have made the squad ahead of some of my choices, so if you think of any of them, feel free to let me know. It's always interesting to see the comments. And yeah, as I said before, I will be looking to do a couple of Aussie teams and a few South African teams as well, just so we can kind of get a feel. If you're basing guys on their geography of their birth, how good would the team look? All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys again another time.